Hey everyone, I'm Retro Nate. Thank you for joining us today. Today we are going through Metal Gear for the NES. It is the original stealth game that preceded the entire Metal Gear Solid universe, and it's where the roots were grown for this entire franchise. A lot of people I've talked to have said that this game was overly complicated. They couldn't figure out how to get through it, and there was just too much going on, and they put it down and never picked it up again. Well, my hope is that going through it today, with me as a guide, you'll be able to go back through it, get through the entire game, get all the weapons, all of the hostages, and see just what a great game this actually is. I've come to grow to love it in my time now playing through it as an adult, and I hope that you do the same. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, so starts us out with a beautiful scene as we're getting dumped into the jungle. And the premise here, basically, we're going to find out in the first scene when we get a call from our leader. And there it is. So to pull up your transceiver, you just hit the select button. You have 3 menu options. You're going to store your weapons, all of your equipment, and then your third option is always your transceiver. So let's go to that since we're getting a call and find out just what we're up to. Okay, Big Boss speaking. Operation Intrude N313. We've got to infiltrate the enemy fortress, Outer Heaven, and then destroy their final weapon, Metal Gear. All right, good enough. First, attempt to contact our missing Gray Fox. It seems backwards. Then try to find Metal Gear. Use frequency 12085 for all communication with me. All right, good to know. And that's all we get. Let's take a look at what they've given us to start with. So let's go to our weapons menu. Marvelous. Okay. We've got fists to use. What about our equipment? Okay. Pack of Marbreds. I don't know if that... What is this guy, MacGyver? I don't know that we can get in there with that. Well, we're going to show you just how to do that. All right. The first section of this map is really just a big exterior area where you have to move to the right and then straight down. So let's start by moving off to the right, and the first scene we have is this guard that is overly sleepy. To make it simple, just stand here. Eventually he falls asleep, and then you can walk right by him, or if you're like me, punch him 3 times and get rid of him. Moving down here, now we have a scene with 3 dogs that are sleeping. The easiest way through this, go straight down the middle, and then to the right. They run past you, and you can run around them. Now we have another dog here that's sleeping. If you run past him, he will chase you, but you are faster than him. So off we go. Why not? Now we have to worry about this guy, and this is where we're going to get our first item. So he's going to pace back and forth. When he comes back to the right, come at him from the top, punch him, and now head into this truck. And this is where we're going to get our first item, the binoculars. Okay, what do the binoculars do? Well, let's head out of the truck first, and I'll show you. When you get out of this truck, he's going to come shooting at you. So you got to move down to avoid his bullet, and then punch him. Down, and 3 punches. Now let's quick model. Well, actually, I'm not going to do it here. I'll model it in the next scene. And I'll show you why in a minute. So let's model what those binoculars do. Okay, if I select them, I can now look at the scene that I'm in. But if I press up, I can look at the scene behind me and see where everyone is. And if I press down, I can look at the next scene that I'm going to. And I see that there's a dog laying there. Now, if I press left and right here, since there is no map left and right, it just doesn't occupy, or it doesn't activate. But the thing that's important to know about this is when you use the binoculars, it will respawn enemies that you're near. So that's why I didn't do it in the previous scene. And now let's turn those off. Let's go to an empty slot, and let's move through this section here. So these guys are going to turn left and right. I wait until this top one is facing a different direction and can't see me, and then punch him in the back. And then I just kind of hide behind these bushes here. These guys' field of vision is very suspect, and you can sneak by them. Okay, now down to this dog here. Unfortunately, there's no way to get around it without extending 1 pet to the dog. Not a punch. We would never do that. And we move on down. Now we're going to attack this guy on the left. And if you approach him from the top, you should be fine. And then get all the way over to the left coming down. You got 2 more guys who are just dancing in a circle. Just enter this truck here on the left. And that's going to give you card number 1. You're going to need to assemble 8 cards to get through this game. And you have just acquired the first. And then when you exit the truck, move down immediately so you avoid their bullets and you can clear both of them out with punches. Now we're going to enter the truck network. So this is a series of trucks that move you through different parts of the map in the game. And this is the first one that's going to take us to building 1. So if we were to break this guide up, we're going to take this one. That's the intro. And I'm going to probably timestamp these so that you have them broken out so you can go through each section individually. But we are now moving into the Building 1 section of this walkthrough. And this is where a good bulk of the game takes place, is in Building 1. Now, if I were to go into the truck on the right, that would be, excuse me. Oh, this guy's leaving for his shift break, I guess. If I were to go in the truck on the right, that continues the truck transport network. We're not going to do that. I'm going to go over to the left, and I'm going to get what we need to restore our health, which are rations. Now, if I want to, there's a little trick here. If I can go out of the truck and back in, those will respawn. And you can carry up to 3 rations at a time to start this game. Okay? Now, another trick that you're going to want to use that I'm going to refer to a lot is the transceiver trick. And that is when you pull up your transceiver and then exit out, everything respawns again. And it's just a shortcut to basically not having to exit the truck and enter it each time. But I have my 3 rations now, and I don't need any health. I haven't taken a hit yet, so I am good to exit this building. And when I do, that guard is going to be spawned back, and he's going to see me, so I'm just going to clear him out quick with a punch. He's going to run to the right, and then I'm going to move up, 3 punches, and out he goes. And now we're headed into Building 1. As soon as you get in here, you got to go up to avoid this guy patrolling on the right. And the next thing we're going to get is our gas mask. So when we go up here so we're not seen, we're going to go up right in the middle of the screen so we're hidden by this tank. Then when the guard turns to the right, we get behind him and punch him. Now when we go in this door, there's another guard here. You're going to want to make sure that you walk straight, 3 punches, and he's out of the way too. And now we have the gas mask. We're going to show you where to use that in just a little bit. When we leave here, that guard is respawned. I don't know how to do this without taking a hit, so I just spam punches as fast as I can. Took a hit there, but he's out of there pretty quickly. Now we're going to make our way all the way to the left. Our next job is to get to the elevator. And in this building, there are 2 elevators, one on the left and one on the right. And we'll be referring to those throughout the course of this map. Now, if you run just at the top section there, you should be able to clear that guard without being seen. We also are getting a call. Let's see what Big Boss has to say. Your mission here is to infiltrate. Yeah, we knew that. Be careful not to let enemy detect you. Okay, thanks for the great advice, I guess. Whatever. We're going to go up the left side here. If you go up the right, there's a pit trap, and we don't need that. And I'm just going to run through these guys, because there is no winning with how many of them show up on screen. Then I'm going to quickly... Oh, I got seen. Got to get over to the right. Oh boy, get out of there. If you get seen, as you see, all you have to do is clear the screen that you're on, and... excuse me, and you will be safe for the next section. If you enter the first truck on the left, in that scene we just went into, the screen we just went into, you finally get a handgun. Thank goodness. Oh, but that's beautiful. Doesn't have any bullets. Gonna have to go look for that. Now, there are some other things in these trucks. This second one is just a decoy. It's got 1 million guys in it, so you gotta leave. But this one over on the right has some landmines. You can grab them now, or you can wait. We're going to have to come back and get some more once we level up a little bit. I'll talk to you about that in just a minute. But now we've cleared out as much as we want to on this section of level 1, or of floor number 1, so we're going to go back to the left, and that is the elevator we want to go in. Okay? Now, it's important to note that this elevator only goes to floor number 1 and floor number 3. Floor number 2 is all blocked off by bricks. You see, I can stop here, but I can't go anywhere. We got to go up to floor number 3. That's important to know because for forever I thought this was floor 2 and it threw me way off with what I was doing. When we get to floor number 3, the first thing you do is hug the left wall so you're not seen by a camera. And anytime you see these cameras, if you hug the wall, they won't see you. It's when you're out on the floor that they can. And we are going to go down to start this. So every floor in this building, excuse me, I'm going to pause here a second. Every floor in this building is a 4x4 square, and it's important to note that just so you can keep track of where you are if you ever get lost. I would highly recommend grabbing a map for this if you want to. There are plenty of them online, or you can just watch through this if you want to. But building 1 is a 4x4 square, and for all of the upper levels, the center sections of that 4x4 square are generally non-existent. You can only walk the perimeter. That said, we're going to go over to this door on the left, and thank goodness we finally have ourselves some ammo. Beautiful. Now that will restore our handgun bullets, but we're going to use our transceiver trick and make sure that we max out the bullets we have up to 50, since we are at rank number 1. All right, and now as we move down, you're going to need card number 1 to get through here, and we have our first hostage that we are going to free. So what do hostages mean? Well, two things. Number one, you need to save hostages in order to improve your rank. Why do I need to improve your rank? I'll talk to you about that when we rank up to level 2. But just note that we're going to need to save all of them in this walkthrough in order to finish this game. And secondly, you absolutely don't want to do this. You do not ever want to shoot a hostage. I know you might be thinking of the movie Speed, which was hilarious, and when Jeff Daniels said, shoot the hostage, and that was their big trick of getting away from Dennis Hopper. Believe me, I get the need. But you don't want to do that here because you will lose a rank star if you do that. So refrain from your urge to shoot hostages in this game. Once you've freed him, move to the right, and now we are going to enter a gas-filled room. So you need to quickly switch over to your gas mask so you don't take additional damage from this room. Now, if I answer that call, it's going to be Big Boss saying, oh, by the way, you're going to need a gas mask for some of these rooms, and Schneider tells you where it is. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at the message. I forget to tell you something. Well, thank you. Really appreciate that. You will need your gas mask in gas-covered areas. Okay, got it. Schneider knows the location of the gas mask. Over. Well, how do I know where Schneider is? Well, from what I can deduce, there is no way to know where Schneider is other than testing every frequency on your transceiver. And if you get to 120.79 and you send a message by pressing up on the D-pad, he responds and lets you know that you can find Schneider on 120.79 and the gas mask is on the first floor south side, which we already grabbed. Interesting little nugget there. But we already have it. Let's go ahead and head back up. Now we have to use card 1 to get out of that gas-filled room and head over to the left. And remember, we hug these walls to avoid being seen by cameras. We're going to go to this bottom door here, and that's going to give us another hostage to free. Now, he lets us know that Foxhounder, our organization, had infiltrated several days ago, and they captured... they captured Gray Fox, which is the name of the agent that was captured. So we got our second hostage freed. Every 5 hostages is when you will rank up in this game. So we have 2 out of 5 right now. And we exit, and somehow this camera immediately sees us. We are just going to get out of here. We'll just kind of work our way around these things. You can shoot those guys if you want to. I just chose evasive maneuvers. Then we're immediately going to move into this room. These roly-poly sort of obstacles, whatever they are a one-hit kill. Now, over on the left, there are plastic explosives, so we don't need those yet, so I'm going to avoid those and just let this thing come through, and then I will avoid it and go to the right to get out of here. Just be sure to move quickly, because if it does touch you, you're a goner. All right, moving to the right now. 2 more guards to worry about. If I shoot them, the gun makes noise, so they come after me. And now we've got 2 more cameras that are watching us. The top one, we need card number 2 for that, but the bottom door on the right contains card number 2, and that is where we're headed next. So now we have opened up a world of new possibilities by getting card number 2. Okay, we're going to move our way back up to the right. Now, we could go up here if we want, but I want to show you something real quick when we go in here. So keep note of this. There is an electrified floor that we are looking at, and that we have a transceiver call. Let's see what Big Boss has to say. Destroy the electric control panel to avoid high voltage shocks. Schneider can tell you the location of the remote control missile. All right, Schneider, what do you got for us? Schneider here, the remote control missile is in the southwest. Fair enough. Let's go to the southwest then. Find ourselves a missile. But let's not skip over this, where we can use card 2 to enter and get ourselves some more rations. Now, I don't have any more capacity for them, but I'll take one to refill my health and then replenish right there. Okay, now we're going to head back to the southwest and get those missiles. Right here, we can either choose to punch or shoot. Sometimes punching is more therapeutic. The stealth aspect of it is nice. Back through the rolling pin area. I call it the rolling pin, because why not? And we're going to go and get those missiles that Schneider just told us about. And if you remember, we didn't have the key for the top door before. Now we do. Key number 2 will let us into this door. Card number 2, excuse me. All right, and there are our remote-controlled missiles. Beautiful. Now, we could go back and destroy that electrified floor, but I'm not in the mood to do that. I want to backtrack a little bit and get some hostages that we did not free the last time we were up here because we didn't have card number 2. So remember, when you go up, equip your gas mask again, and we're going to make our way through this room once again. The same call coming in saying, hey, put a gas mask on. Gotcha by now. It's really, really helpful. Thank you. Back to card number 1 to get out. Leave quickly. You take a little bit of damage there. Hostage is free, as you can see. And we can replenish any ammo that we have drained in the meantime. Now when we go out, immediately down, clear this guy out with some punches, and you're going to use card 2 to enter this door. Over we go, and our third hostage. We're getting very close to getting through number 5 and ranking up. And I'll explain what that means when we get there. Oh boy, they saw us. Well, took a little damage there, but just wanted to race up and get out of there. Now we're going to go to the right from that elevator room we were originally in, and card 2 will let you into this central room here. And now we finally have a silencer for our handgun. This will allow us to shoot weapons, shoot our handgun without being spotted by guards. Then if you switch to card 1 and move to the right, you can also pick up a grenade launcher. This is going to be really helpful and useful against many bosses later in this game, so we pick up 2 very crucial items in this section. Back to card 2 to get out, and then we are going to make our way immediately to the right to now take on the right side of floor number 3 of building 1. If you move up immediately, we're now going to grab our cardboard. Now, this is apparently an item that I didn't know about this because I haven't played the Metal Gear Solid series, but apparently the cardboard is like this running gag where if you put it over the top of you, no one can see you. I think that's kind of great that it started here. Now that we have a silencer, we can shoot these guards, and we're going to make our way to the right. Now, you'll see the right elevator on the screen now, but we're not going to go there yet. We want to keep clearing out floor number 3, and to do so, I'm going to enter this room here with card number 1 and get our 4th hostage on this floor. And this one has a message for us. It's going to tell us about a new resistance fighter, Diane, who is going to support us over frequency 12033. Now they say that they're familiar with enemy activity. That just means that they can help us when we get to bosses. Now, if I send one now, I'm not sure that we get a message back. Oh, this is Steve. Diane? No, Diane is out shopping. So Diane is apparently, off doing her own stuff in the meantime. Can't be bothered to help us with this. Now, I really quickly want to show you. Remember I said that all of these floors, let's clear these out with bullets. All these floors are in a 4x4 square. Well, as you see, I got to the top of that scene that we were just at a little while ago. Didn't even have to use the mines or the missiles to get through it. Now I'm going to make my way back. Of course, these guys respawn, and I'm going to waste a lot more bullets getting through. But we want to go up on the right side here. And now we're going to head to that elevator on the right that we passed earlier. So we've effectively cleared out floor number 3. There is no reason to come back to floor 3 in building 1. And as you can see, we're at floor 3. We want to go back down and clear out floor number 1 now. The R there stands for the roof. We're going to head there last. But do not go to floor 2 yet. We don't have all the cards we need to maximize our use of floor 2. So we're going to head back to floor 1. And immediately you're out here in a room with a couple of guards. Now be careful. There is a pit trap right through these 2 things there. They open up, and if you touch it, it swallows you up and you die. But we're going to go down from the elevator, immediately move to the left wall, and use card 2 to open up this door. And gather our 5th hostage. So this is a really important point. Foxhound agent Gray Fox is locked up in a hidden solitary cell room. You hear that sound? We have just ascended to rank 2, and that means a couple of really key things. Number 1, we can hold more inventory, so we can now hold 6 rations instead of 3. We can hold more ammunition. And on top of that, if and when we die, our respawn point is not at the very beginning of the game. It is, in fact, the beginning of building 1, I believe. So it gives us just a couple of perks that we're going to want to take advantage of should we end up needing them. Now, getting out of here, the cameras see us, immediately move down. And another time the cameras see us, and you're going to have to clear this group with some bullets here to clear them all out. No real way to avoid that. Switch back over to card 1. We're going to enter this building or this room on the left, and we have another hostage here who's going to let us know how to get to Gray Fox's cell. The best way to get to the hidden cell room is to let the enemy capture you on purpose. Okay, good to know. Quickly clear out these guards again that have respawned, and we're going to get over to card 2 to gather a new weapon, I believe. Yes, the submachine gun has now been located. All of these can be filled with ammo when we get to them, so kind of nice to just have the variety of weapons here. Now, hug the left wall and go down, and this guard is going to come by, 3 punches, and you can take him out. And now you're going to enter the back of this truck, and this is what our hostage was talking about. It looks empty, but when you walk in, a guard comes behind you, you can't move, and he looks and says, "Don't move." And he takes you under arrest on purpose. Suddenly you're taken away to a cell with nothing around, and you're getting a call. Let's find out what's up. "Big Boss here. Infiltration accomplished. Now locate the Gray Fox's hidden cells. Check the way." Hidden cell? What does that mean? Nothing in here. Well, I've got nothing to do. Do I have any equipment? They took all my stuff. Do I have any weapons? They took all my stuff. So I got nothing. What's the only thing I could possibly do? Punch these walls. Listen to the sound. That's something. There we go. Off to the left side. Hidden cell for Gray Fox. And there he is. You must be... Now, he gives you a lot of information here. Let's just read through this for a second. Here's Gray Fox. The enemy is constructing the final weapon, Metal Gear. Okay? It's a walking tank, which is pretty wild. It has full nuclear capability and can traverse any type of ground. Okay, this all sounds terrible for us. If the enemy can complete this, they can launch a nuclear attack from any spot on the Earth. Okay, this doesn't sound great. N313 knows their stuff. We got to destroy it by any means available before it is completed. Now, the only thing that we have to do, though, is we have to find the inventor of Metal Gear, Dr. Petrovich. He's the only one who knows how to destroy it. And he's being held prisoner somewhere in Building 1, according to Gray Fox. Now we have to try to find him. Well, I still have nothing. I don't have to go backwards. Let's punch around. New door. Exactly. So we get out by punching the door on the right, or on the left, and then the bottom. And now we have to make our way to the right. That door up on the top we're going to go back to in a little while, but that's not until Building 5, or Building 4. Now, we were in Building 1. When we got captured, we have now moved to Building 4. Keep that in mind, that this terrain now is considered Building 4. It's important to know that for keeping track of where you are on the map. And when we go to the right, we're going to encounter our first boss, which is the Shotgunner. And apparently no one's ever escaped from here. He's pretty easy to run through. Just immediately run right. You might take a shot and go into this bottom door, and you get all of your stuff back, which is what you're going to need in order to kill this guy. So I'm going to equip my handgun, which is fine. But one thing that's important to note here, in your equipment, look at what they did. I got my card, I got my cardboard, I got all my stuff, but then there's this transmitter option. That transmitter, if you fail to get rid of it from your bag, will immediately alert the guards that you are in every room. Kind of wild. So hit A on it, get rid of it, and now you're fine. I'm going to take a ration too. I took a shot there earlier, but I should be fine now with my handgun to take out the shotgunner. So here's the strategy for him that I use. Walk out the door and don't move. And he misses you every time. So just fire your gun when he rolls in front of you. And after like 10 shots, he's dead. I can't believe no one's ever escaped from him before. He's pretty much the easiest guy I've ever faced. Switch over to card number 2, move to the door on the left, and we are going to head down and get card number 3. Beautiful. We are moving along swimmingly. All right, and then if we move to the right, card number 3 is what's going to get us through this door. Now, in here there is a dog. Again, one pet. Should leave him nice and happy that he doesn't bother us. And we are going to head down with card number 2 to pick up some body armor. Body armor is a great item. It cuts in half the damage that you take from bullets. So if you ever are walking around and you're having trouble with that, just take care of, just pop on the body armor and you'll be good. Now I'm going to switch over to card 3. I'm going to quickly make my way to the left and then out this door. because that dog is chasing me. And there's just no way in hell I'm killing a dog in this game. So I'm going to pet him once more so he doesn't bother me. And then I'm going over to the right. And once we get to the right, back to card number 2 on this top section, you get a lot of good items from this Building 4 section. A lot of good things that we're going to need. Right here, you grab a bomb blast suit. Now, we don't really know what we need this for yet. If you've made your way to the roof, you do. But we'll get to that when we get to the roof in Building 1. And then we're going to switch to card 3 for one more item we're going to gather before we leave this building. Over to the left, and we have one more door on the bottom. And this is where we pick up some enemy uniforms. Easy peasy. Now we're going to head over to the door on the right, and we have cleared out Building 4 of everything we can right now. So we're making good progress, and we are out of where they captured us and brought us to. Now, if we head to the right, you're going to get into what's known, I guess, as the Lost Woods or something like that. This is a giant labyrinth. If you move up, if you move down, it's all the same thing. It just is a map loop. The only way to get out of it is to go to the right, unless you need to get left, and there's a certain pattern we use to do that, but I'll show you that a little bit later. When you go to the right, you now have a truck here that's available, and this is nice because you've ranked up. It's got rations in it. You can give yourself a new fresh supply using that transceiver trick of all the rations you can carry. I think I need one more after this. So now I should be able to hold 6. Yo, what's up? Thank you. I just got myself a nice subscriber in the middle of doing this, and I didn't even post this yet, but I had that up. Thank you so much for subscribing, and you get some free pub for that. All right, now let's check our equipment here. We're up to 6 rations, which is beautiful. The other thing you can do with the new rank, I know I told this to you, is you can hold more ammunition, and we're going to do that here shortly. If you go to the top of this screen, though, there are some landmines hidden, so I recommend taking the bottom path to that truck, if you would. Now, heading south, all we have to do is go through this map all the way down, and what we're going to come across is an area with a couple of trucks and a back door to building number 1. Now, if you go to the truck on the left, there are some more plastic explosives in here. Might as well grab them. I'm right here. I don't need them until the end of the game, but they are just a general weapon you can set and, create an explosion anywhere is kind of how those work, but I don't typically need to rely on them. The middle truck is part of the truck network that will move you to the different locations where these trucks go, but this bottom right one is the one that contains card number 4, which you need to get in the door that we see on the screen. So we have half the cards that we need for this entire game already in our possession. Now let's go back in. This is the back entrance to building number 1. And if you remember from when we did this, we entered building number 1, and we cleared out floor 1 and we cleared out floor 3, but we did not clear out floor number 2. Well, if I go to the right, I'm back to the right elevator of floor number 1, and this is the one that carries us to all of the different floors. Remember, the one on the left only carries us to floor 1 and 3. This one goes to all 4. So now we're going to head up to floor number 2 and clear that one out of all items and hostages as well. Now, immediately to the left and hug the wall when you come out of floor number 2. Couple of guards here that you can clear with your handgun. Oh, they really can't see me, can they? Even with a silencer, you would think it makes enough noise they could see you. Go into this first door here, and thank goodness we have some ammunition because I was running really low on getting this stuff. So we're going to fill up now. Now that we're rank 2, we can hold 100 bullets. So I'm going to do my... Whoops, I'm getting out of rhythm here. We're going to do our transceiver trick, I don't know, 5 times, whatever it is to fill up full. And on top of that, you're going to fill up your machine gun and your grenade launcher as well, which is really nice. The mines, explosives, and missiles do not fill with ammunition. You got to get those separately. Okay. Oh, I'm on the missiles. I don't want that. Back to the handgun. Now we're good. Handgun is fine for here, and we are going to clear out area 2. So remember, we've already moved 1 to the left. We're going to move all the way to the left, and again, it's a 4x4 square. We're going to go around the entire perimeter. So equipment-wise, we need card 3 to get through this door. So let's switch to that and swing right through this room. Now, there's another roly-poly thing here. Immediately start moving towards the exit. If you can't get through there in time, just exit through the door so that you don't get hit by that. All right, and now we are over to the top left corner of floor number 2. Let's shoot this guy in the back like a real honorable gentleman, and we'll make our way south here. Couple of guards you got to worry about, but no doors to worry about, so we can just make our way down. Now, there are some doors here. This one's open, which is nice. And we have 3 sleeping guards in here. Just a group nap. Clear them all out with a couple of bullets and grab some more mines. Now I'm going to make my way over to the right here. So we'll clear out these guys with some bullets. And we need to use... Oh, what card is this one? 1? 2? I can't remember. Card 1. And a new hostage for us. Now, it's good now because we're going to start making our way towards rank number 3 by clearing hostages on this floor. In fact, we're going to reach rank number 3 by the time we clear hostages on this floor. So we'll be extending our inventory again. Important thing here, I was not talking through it, but if that guy sees you, he immediately runs to the panel on the left here and electrifies that floor. So you're going to want to make sure that he does not see you as you go through that section. All right, card number 3 will get you into this room here, and this is where you are going to gather some infrared goggles. These are going to allow you to see some lasers that shoot out from different posts and things that are out there. Now, guy is back immediately, so shoot him when you exit that door, and we are going to use card 4 to move through this part of the game. And then we are going to enter a new boss battle. Now, one thing I forgot to do with the shotgun, or actually I didn't, I had my transceiver, I could have looked at it, but let's do this real quick. Let's see what Diane has to say about this guy. Remember, she's on 120.33. This is Solid Snake. Respond, please. Hello! This is Diane, your resistance fighter. The machine gun kit is vulnerable to remote control missiles. Alright, I suppose I could use them, but I'm not going to. This guy's actually super easy. All you have to do is make your way entirely to the right, and then all the way to the top. And this is an area he can't hit you. I could just sit here as much as I want. But all I need to do is use my handgun bullets. And 10 or 12 of them kills him. It's the easiest thing in the world. So just sneak your way to the right, get all the way to the top, and then turn left and fire. Okay, now we are moving up. I think it's card 1 to get behind where the machine gun kid was, and you are going to grab an iron glove. Now, I think that this item might be broken. I think allegedly it's supposed to make a different sound when you punch the wall and a door is nearby, but we already saw that that happens whether you have the iron glove or not. So interested to know, if you guys know if it has a different function, let me know. You can leave something in the comments for me, but I'm pretty sure that it's broken. Making our way over with card number 3, and then immediately with card number 3 into this door to free another hostage. I believe this is number 9, and this one tells us that Dr. Petrovich is being held prisoner in a cell on the rooftop, which is important for us to know. So we're not going to find him down here on floor number 2. We're going to make our way to the right and clear out floor number 2 of the rest of the hostages, which is the last one is right here. And this is where you're going to need to use those infrared goggles that we just picked up. If you put them on, you can see where these lasers are that will trip an alarm and send guys after you. And we are going to use card number 1, once we make our way to this door, to enter and get our 10th hostage, which gives us rank number 3. Beautiful. So we can now hold a lot more ammo. We can now hold a lot more rations, and it's going to really help us. And our starting point now is going to be at the base of the elevator in building 1, which gives us a little bit less to do if we die. For some reason, this is the weirdest thing in the world. I don't know why why even have these things if they're not going to work, but look at this. For some reason, this top left laser here is broken. Don't ask me. I don't know. Just make your way up on this right side, and then keep the goggles on, and you can see your path up here. Now, guy immediately is going to come after you there. Just one bullet to clear him out. And then we're going to make our way up the right side here. And camera is probably going to... Oh, it didn't even see us. How about that? That's pretty nice. And back into the elevator. We have officially cleared floor number 2. So only 1 to go. If you remember, we've cleared 1, 2, and 3. It's time to head to the roof. And once we clear this, we are done with building 1. Pretty awesome. All right, we're getting a call. What the heck does this guy have to tell us? Forgot to tell you. You've been forgetting a lot of things, Big Boss. There are window barriers installed on the rooftop. Search for a bomb blast suit. Who would have thought? We already did that. We don't need to search anymore. We already got it. Let's go ahead and pop that on. Now, let me show you real quick. I'll put on the uniforms a sec. Let me show you what happens if you try to walk without it. It just pushes you back. You can't actually advance. So let me put on the bomb blast suit. Apparently this weighs you down. And then you can walk through. There is nothing to the bottom. You don't even have to traverse that part of the map. You just need to go, just need to go left here. Couple of guys to worry about. Whoops. At this point, I have enough ammo and more ammo coming that I'm not really worried about being stealthy. If they see me, fine. I'm just going to clear them out with my bullets and keep walking. And we're going all the way to the left up here on the roof and over to the left side of this barrier here. And immediately you can enter the door on the right. It's not even locked. Any key you have equipped is fine. I didn't even have one. And now you get some ammunition. And this is where we're going to fill up entirely to 200 bullets now that we can hold with our handgun. So let's go ahead and really load up now with that ammo. So nice to use this transceiver trick instead of going out and in. Okay, full ammo now and ready to go and find our last hostage on this section, which is down here one more screen south of where we are. And you're going to enter this door using card number 2, I believe. Man, remembering these cards sometimes does get tricky. Okay, that was a close call. No special message for us, but we have cleared out the hostages from this side. All of the hostages in building number 1 are clear except for the final one that appears on this rooftop as part of the boss on this rooftop. So we got to go make our way there. Back up to the top left, and then now there's this little area here we passed earlier that we're gonna walk down. Now this part is pretty cool. If you remember, every floor of this building is a 4x4 perimeter, but we're on the roof now, and this is the one area that's like over the top of the center of that. If you were, the thing here is like these shaky rafters. If you don't walk in the middle of them, you will fall all the way to your death on floor number 1 over the area that this is over. Pretty sweet way that they put this map together with that kind of dependence. But all you want to do is just kind of make your way across slowly as these things shake left and right and walk over the windy path. And there are 2 of them that you have to clear through. So kind of step on that, get the timing, and down you go. If you fall, you will if you're at this rank, you'll start at the base of the elevator, so it's not that long to get back. Immediately shoot a bullet to the bottom of the screen, and now you're going to come down to like the middle here. This part's pretty tricky. You cannot get seen by these guys because there is a panel on the wall that they'll electrify the floor if they do. I'm going to switch to my machine gun, and my machine gun, if I hold A, is going to spray bullets kind of in a pattern like that. And since I have the silencer, they can't hear me either. So I'm going to clear out the first guy that way. Now, when he turns, oops, I don't want him looking at me. I got to make sure that he's not. Otherwise, he's going to get to that panel very quick. In fact, I want to switch to card 3, which I'm going to need to get in that door, just in case I don't get him. Come on, turn. You're getting bored. You're getting sleepy. Turn somewhere. Oh, come on. If you walk out from behind this, he's going to see you, and he's going to be pissed. Okay. Whew. I don't know why he didn't see me, but he didn't. Card 3 up here, and this is where you get a mine detector. Beautiful. That's going to be able to show us any landmines that are on the screen a little bit later. Machine gun can stay out. We're going to clear him out again, and now I can just kind of make my way back to the right, and I want to switch back to my handgun for the full range that has. Machine gun shoots a short-range spray, but handgun goes all the way down the screen, and that's what we need here. Okay, making our way to the right. 2 guys going to see you immediately. Just clear them out with a couple of bullets quick. And now we're getting to the final area of the rooftop. I'm going to advise you maybe we'll go through this as if you've never played it before. So you go over here. Suddenly there are things shooting at you. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Get out of the way. 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 Ah! Okay, I'm going to get up here. Let's see what Diane has to say. What am I supposed to do with these guys? Let's see. Hello, Diane. Did you know that you can destroy Twin Shot with a grenade launcher? Bye-bye. I like how cavalier she is about the whole thing. She's indeed right. Get over to your grenade launcher, which should have 60 grenades by now. And as you can see, there's a little crosshair on the screen. And if you stay to the top right of these, it can launch those grenades over the barriers between them. And 10 of them should clear out each one of these enemies. So there's number 10. And now I'll just make my way over here and stay out of the range of their Gatling guns. They look like the American Gladiators in the Assault game that I used to know and love. And there you go. We've cleared out Twin Shot with that. Back to our handgun, and gosh, I always forget these. Oh, that's card number 3. I didn't even have to guess. Now this gives you a message that says, is it too late for Dr. Petrovich? We were told he was being held on the roof, but he's not there. I think that's supposed to give you an idea that maybe he was killed or maybe he was taken somewhere else. We're about to get our suspicions confirmed up here as we free another hostage and tells us Dr. Petrovich has just been moved to Building 2. Building 2 is located about 10 kilometers north of here. All right, so now we know that we have to move to building number 2. But what we have done in clearing Twin Shot and that hostage is completely finished building number 1. You are all done with building number 1. Now, I'm going to show you a quick trick. If you're interested in saving any time, it's something that you can do if you want to. Now, as you know, you could move back over these windy rafters. But what I did tell you is that if you die, you start at the base of the elevator of building number 1. So a shortcut here is falling off. Oh no, I've died. I did it on purpose. I could have 1cc'd this if I wanted. But if I continue, I'm right down at the base of the elevator. This is where I wanted to go anyway. And if I walk left, I'm back through this area. These guys see me again, probably. Yep, there we go. Now, this is the back door to building 1 that we entered with card number 4. However, we're rank 3 now. We need to go pick up a few more weapons. So I want to switch over to card number 4, and let me show you this, which we didn't see earlier. This might look familiar to you. Remember this room? With this guy and the 3 trucks? Yeah, it's connected. But we want to enter this first truck and pick up some more landmines and make sure that we have 15 of them, because we are going to need them to get through the tank that resides before building 2. Stay on card 4, immediately out to the right. Clear out these guards with some bullets. And now we're going to head north out the back entrance of building number 1. Remember these trucks here? We're going to be able to fill up our rations if we want to in this truck that sits right before the tank we're going to face. Okay. Now, if you remember, I said that there were some mines here, but now we have a mine detector. Just swing over here and you can see where they are. Equip that. I'm going to quick grab some more rations just to be sure. How many do I have? Oh, 7. I can hold 2 more. Transceiver trick to grab 2 more. Beautiful. Now we have the mine detector to make sure we don't step on anything silly. Immediately move up, and this is the tank we have to finish now with mines that we collected. I would also suggest putting on the body armor, because any bullet you take will have... where am I? Body armor. There we go. Any bullet you take will have half the impact. Now, the other thing to note here, anytime I go to a menu, weapons, equipment, anything like that, if I go to a menu, that tank starts at the back of its path again. You notice that? It can get here, I go to equipment, and then it starts at the top of the screen. So this technique is actually kind of helpful in getting rid of this thing. I'm going to wait right here, use my weapon menu, and then immediately go out here, drop 3 mines, and leave. Now I'm going to go to my weapon menu. I'm going to go over here, drop 3 mines, and leave. Just rinse and repeat for this little technique. It takes 11 mines to get rid of them, and there we go. Got it. So it's unique that they made it 11 mines to get rid of the tank, because you have to be rank 3 by the time you leave building 1 in order to be able to beat that tank. That's the importance of the rank increases as you progress through this game. But once you've done that, we're going to switch back to our mine detector, because there are mines in the next scene we want to avoid. There they are. You find this out only by walking on them and having them take a lot of damage from you. And then if you make your way up, we are now at building 2, but we're getting a call. Let's find out what Big Boss has to say. Try to slip through wearing enemy uniforms and switch Big Boss communication frequency to 120.13. Now, if you contact all of your other people here, they will tell you where your contacts need to change. So Schneider, enemy uniforms can be found in building 4. So 120.13 for Big Boss. Now we're to 120.16 for Schneider. Let's find out what Diane wants to switch to. Hi, folks. She's so cheery. Switch your communication to me over to 120.91. All right, so 120.13, 16, and 91 is where we go from here. They've told us to put on enemy uniforms. Let's do that. And at this point, when we move our way up, Okay, in we go. You can avoid them. Enter this building, and you are now at building 2. I'm going to pause here and come right back for building 2, but this is the end of building 1 and the subsequent sections, so you're already halfway through this game. Stick with me until the end. We'll be done soon. Okay, we have finally made our way to building number 2. We've got our enemy uniforms on to slip by the blockade. Let's enter and see what we've got in front of us. So building 2 is a 3x3 square that you're going to need to navigate, where all 9 rooms are able to be accessed on each floor, I believe. So first thing that we want to do, if we need to, that is equip, I believe it's card number 3, and make our way over to the left. Let's grab our handgun again, and we can quick fill up our ammunition. So if we make our way to the left, first couple of guards patrolling here, and as you see, 3 doors that we need to enter. I lied. It's card number 4 that I'm going to need here. Okay, and they see us, and up we go into this area, and let's get ourselves some ammo. Now, important thing to note here, just filling up your handgun isn't enough. You do want to make sure that you have enough grenades. So use the transceiver trick until you have a full stock of those again. And you get 6 for every ammo box that you take in. We can switch back to our handgun to clear out this guard on the outside of this area. There we go. And now we're going to go and get into that water. Excuse me, that gray stuff that you see. So let's make our way up here to the left. And now we're going to enter another boss fight. This is going to be against a bulldozer of sorts. So we're going to want to switch to our grenade launcher here. And there we go. Now, we can just basically, if you just rapid fire these, it only takes 8 grenades. And if you do it very quickly, you can clear it out before having to do anything else. If you hit the select button and use that same trick of using your menu, it will start at the top of its path again. So you can buy yourself time that way. But again, you're going to use card 4 to move through that area. And here you're going to want to put on your infrared goggles because it's a little more tricky than it was last time. This time the lasers are moving all the time. What I like to do is go up this section on the left, and when I see this beam disappear, just make your way up, and we're going to go to the elevator here. Now, the thing about the elevators in building 2, this elevator on the left will only go up, and the elevator on the right only goes down. We are going to make our way to the rooftop first before doing anything else. So let's go all the way to the top here. There are 3 floors in this building. It's basically a giant cube. It's a 3-floor, 3x3 building. Okay, and back to the handgun, and let's clear out this group of guards that we see here. Very good. And I believe it is card number 2 to enter this one. It is. Another hostage for us to clear out, and that was a close call. Dr. Petrovich is on the 2nd floor. All right, remember, in building number 1, they told us that he had been moved to building 2, and now this guy is letting us know that we have overshot the mark. It is on floor number 2. Immediately go down here, avoid all those guards. We've got one more to worry about here. This is over the middle section of the building, and now we're at the bottom, and we'll clear him out, and then here is where we're going to acquire card number 5. Use card 4 to enter the door. And sitting right there harmlessly on the desk is card number 5. We are getting to the end of this here. All right, immediately shoot the guard to your left, move to the right. There is one more here, and now we are going to enter this elevator. I'm just going to run away from those guys. They saw me, but whatever. One guard to clear out there and into the actual elevator here. And again, remember, this elevator only goes down. Now, thankfully, we want to go to the 1st floor, so if you overshoot floor number 2, no problem. We're going to clear out floor 1 first before we go and find Dr. Petrovich, because we don't have all the cards we need just yet to make that happen. Quickly clear out the guards in this room, and then move to the bottom. Now, there is a pit trap here. I'll show it to you. Do not go down that direction. One shot, and it kills you. And you really don't want to have to do that, because then you're starting far away from where you are. You don't want to have to retrace all your steps. Using card 5, you can enter this room here on the right. This is one we couldn't access before when we entered this room, or entered this building. But this room on the right has some rations for you. So I'm going to quick, I don't know if I've taken damage, but I'll quick use one. Fill it up, and now we're good. Iron glove, I certainly don't want that. Let's go back to card 5. I'm going to need that soon. Okay. Clear out that guard on the left. And we're going to go up this alley now on the right. Immediately when you enter, don't move. This guard is going to see you otherwise. If you take even just a step forward, let him walk his path and then turn his back. And you can, like an honorable person, shoot him right in the back. And we're going to go into this door here. Now, Lord help me, is it card 2? Yes, it is. I'm doing all right on the memory here. Hey, we're getting a call. Important for us to know. What's the deal? 12013 is supposed to be our frequency. Not getting anything. Well, what you find out is that they are jamming our communications, and we need this antenna in order for that to stop. Now, if I go to the transceiver, the messages are getting through again. Beautiful. Don't need to change that right now. Okay, let's move over to back out of this building. Now, watch out for the guard here. It's going to be waiting for you again. Quickly move your way. Oh, come on. There we go. Down this way, and we are going to go to the right. Don't enter the water just yet. We have to make our way up on the right to get another hostage. There are 2 guards here. Just clear them out with your handgun. At this point, shooting everybody is probably the most efficient method. And here is where you're going to need card number 5 to enter and clear another hostage. Now, it's important that you get all these hostages at this stage because there is a point later in this building that you'll need to be at rank 4 in order to clear this section. So make sure that you're clearing these hostages along with the guide that I'm giving you. The far end of the lock connects to building 3. Go out of the building 2. Arnold has the card to the door, and you can defeat Arnold with a rocket launcher. Good to know. We don't have a rocket launcher yet, but we will be getting that a little bit later in building number 2. All right, moving our way now back, retracing our steps a little bit. Let's clear out those guards before they call more. And now we're going to go and get into the water that we passed up the last time. If we go quickly, we can clear out that guard and then just duck into the water, and you can kind of avoid these guys from hitting you at all with the barriers there. Now, I walked around that dark water in the middle. That is because the deep water takes health from you, and you're going to want to stay away from that. We are going to need to walk through the deep water eventually, but not just yet. You're going to make your way down and then to the left, shoot this guard, and then swing your way around this little maze here and get up to this door where you'll use card 5 to access card number 6. So 3/4 of the cards are now acquired. We have all of the cards and all of the things we need from this floor of building 3. Or building 2, excuse me. So we don't need to do anything else down here. There are only 2 more sections we'll need to take care of. Whatever is through that lock and the door in the back section of building 2, but we're not there yet. So let's make our way back down the water, and we're going to kind of take a shortcut back to the left elevator of building number 2 here. If you get out of the water to the top left and then to the left here, hug this top wall, and you should be able to just walk straight across to the ladder. Don't even have to put on your goggles. And then in here. And now we are going to access floor number 2, where Dr. Petrovich allegedly is. Immediately when you get out, shoot a couple of guards to your left and right. You can take care of this one as well. And when you get to, you want to move to the right here and clear out this section of guards in addition. Keep going to the right. We're going to go get an additional item here, and we won't know what we need it for yet, but let's just grab it while we're here. Card number 6 will let you into the door, and you can get the antidote. Antidote is what's needed when you go through the desert in the back of building 2, and there are scorpions back there, and if you get hit by one, they poison you, and you need to take the antidote so that you don't die, basically. Guard moving back and forth. Let's take a breather here. We got a lot of steps in on the old Fitbit today. I don't want to alert more guards. Let's not do that. Card number 1 will let you in here, and this section is where you're going to see Arnold. Now, there are 2 of them, but you don't have the rocket launcher to be able to fight them yet. And if you move to the left, it's just a giant circle. You don't need to go there. So what we'll do is exit this door on the right-hand side with card number 5. Now, it is important that you have gathered every other hostage to this point because we are about to get the final hostage we need to free in order to go to rank 4. And you need to be rank 4 for this next part. So if you have not gotten all the hostages that I've walked through here, you got to go back and do those before you enter this section. All right, let's go in and get our next hostage that will let us up to rank 4. And he lets us know that there is a new resistance leader that we can contact named Jennifer on waveband 12048. And she is going to give us direct support. And be careful, she's a snob. She probably won't answer you unless you are a pretty classy guy. Excuse me. Well, now we're classy. We are rank 4, and that is what we're talking about. If you try to contact Jennifer before you're rank 4, she will not answer you. And what Jennifer does is she stages different weapons and items for you in rooms where they are not. So let me show you what I mean. If I were to use card 6 to enter this room right here, there's nothing on the table. We know there should be an item there. There's been an item in every other room like this, but there's nothing there. Well, if I go back outside and contact Jennifer on 12048, let me know what you got, Jennifer. Jennifer here, I'll set up the rocket launchers. Come and get them. Beautiful. That's what I wanted. And there they are. Wonderful. Now we can take out Arnold, except we don't have any rockets. We need ammo. Let's go and get some. Clear out these guards once again with your handgun, which has become the handiest weapon out there. No pun intended. Card 5 to go back through this section. Now we're in Arnold's room, but again, you can avoid them just staying in the middle here. They only come at you when you're on the same plane as them. Oh, I don't want to go here. Excuse me. Wrong way. I need to go down here to this door on the left. Now, this is beautiful because if you don't have a guide, you don't know what card you're supposed to try in that area, and Arnold's going to hurt you every time. I'm here to tell you it's card number 1, and you can avoid taking any damage from him. Quickly clear out the guard that you walk out in front of, and down to the left. 2 more guards here that you need to work. Oh, they did alert everybody. So be it. Oh boy, not my best work. There we go. And if you go down to this open door, you are going to have a plethora of ammunition to restore and refill your weapons. 3 of them, in fact. And then with the transceiver trick, you can fill them up again. And you now have the ability to hold 250 handgun bullets. You can hold 90 grenades, 30 rockets, and 250 machine gun bullets. So I have 88 grenades here. I don't really need to take more, so I'm fine as far as what I have, because I have 30 rockets, which is the key part here. But let's make our way north. Before we go back and fight Arnold, let's make our way north here and see what's in this section. Because there was, oh, that was nice, 2 birds with 1 stone. Because there was a door here that we saw earlier when we got out of the elevator we couldn't access. It's right here. And in order to get in, it's card number 6. Now, is it possible? Could it be? Dr. Petrovich. Perfect. Watch this. These punks set up a trap. Outfoxed! The real Dr. Petrovich is in Building 5. Die, Foxhounder! And look, a pit trap is opening up. If you don't move, it kills you. He's just levitating there. Dua Lipa would be proud. And, yeah, fake one. So now we have to go to Building 5 to find him. I didn't even know there was a Building 5. Well, you're about to find out where it is. Kill these guards. Let's head back and clear Arnold and see what we can do. Okay. Back up here, 1 more guard to clear out. Remember, it is card 1 to get through this section. And then we're finally equipped to be able to take care of Arnold. So quickly get out of the way. Switch over to your rocket launcher. I'm going to clear the bottom one first. And I basically just duck down, quick shot. It takes 4 rockets to kill him. Let him retreat. And there's 4. And then if you go to the top, you can kind of get him even without him coming at you, which is nice. So 4 rockets to take care of this Arnold. And when you do, you have now found card number 7. Beautiful. Only a couple more things to do in this section, and we are going to clear them out now. So let's go back north here and use card number 2 to get through this door. Also switch to our handgun. Oh, we got seen. That's no good. Oops, missed him. Good thing I have a lot of life now. And make your way to the right. 3 more guards here. Oh, and then they call their buddies. Clear them all out. Now, this section, I believe it is card number 1 to get in here. It is. Another table with nothing on it. We know what to do. First of all, kill everybody. Second, use our transceiver. Let's call Jennifer. A compass for us with 1 S. Not bad. Let's go grab that. It's important for us to get at this point. We don't know why exactly yet, but we'll find out in just a moment. But grab the compass there. That's going to be what helps you get through the desert behind building number 2. If you go down there, it's a dead end. So we're going to make our way back to the left and back through this door. And there's only one more door for us to go through in Arnold's room that we skipped. And that is the door down here on the bottom right, which you need card number 5 for. Couple of guards to worry about. We'll take care of them. One more hostage cell in this room using card 5 to enter. Now at this point, clearing hostages doesn't do anything for our rank, but it's still, this is an all hostage, all items run, so I'm showing you where they are. You can't cross the desert without a compass, he says, and he is entirely right. If you try to do that, you will just walk forever without ever making progress. All right, off to the right now, we have a sleepy guard. Let's shoot him in his sleep, make it nice and peaceful for him, and let's enter this door on the right, through the big rolling pin, into the elevator, and now we are out of here. Building 2 is now thoroughly complete. All hostages and all items cleared from it. Remember, if we come down here on the right and get off at floor number 1, this should look a little bit familiar to you. We cleared this earlier. A little pit trap on the right. Don't walk over there. And now we're going to exit over here on the right. Now, we are rank number 4, and we can now hold 12 rations. So let's go back to that ration room and pick up as many as we can. In addition, I'm going to take one. And then I'm going to teach you a little secret here that saves us a lot of time. So as I'm filling up my rations, I'll tell you. The next section that you're supposed to go through is going to building 3 through the desert, using your antidote, using your compass, and getting the oxygen tank. The oxygen tank allows you to breathe underwater in those deep sections of water that we've seen. However, since we can hold 12 rations, we have the ability to go through that dark water and replenish our life without going to building 3 to do so. I'm going to show you that trick because it saves us about 10 or 15 minutes probably getting through this game. So if you'll remember, we went up through this shallow section of water, and here is where it got deep, and we're going to take damage if we walked into it. We're going to do that willingly now. And as my life drains, I'm just going to keep replenishing it with rations because I can hold 12. It should only take about 4 to get to the edge. Let's do it. Taking damage, should be able to get through here. And you want to be very quick with applying those rations when you're low on life. Okay? About halfway. All right, another one here. Definitely don't want this to be a part where the walkthrough unfolds, so I'm going to be a little more cautious. Yeah, just to be sure. Let's hit another one. One more screen to get through. All right, let's just hit one more just to be sure, but we have made it to the other end of the lock here, and now we are well. See? If you have the oxygen tank, you don't take any damage during that section, but, oh, electrified floor, gotta watch out for that. Now, this is the one section where you're really gonna want to use those remote-controlled missiles we gathered all the way back in building number 1. What you have to do is fire them and then control them with the D-pad. And what I'm aiming for is that panel up there on the left. And when I do that, the electrified floor is no longer electrified, and I can enter the room to the left. Now, Lord help me, I don't remember what card enters here. I don't get as far... Oh, it is card number 1. I don't get as far in this game as this far in the game very often when I play. Hey, Schneider's telling us something. We have unmasked the leader of the enemy fortress. It's unbelievable, but the enemy leader is... Did he die? Is Schneider a goner? I don't like that one bit. I liked Schneider. Let's make sure we have all of our ammo here. Again, we only have 4 missiles, but right here, I should be able to take this thing out again. Boom. And now I can walk safely over to the right. Now, because we're skipping ahead a little bit, it's important that you recognize that, well, not really skipping ahead a little bit. This is the next logical section that we're supposed to go, and we just don't have the oxygen tank. That's all. We are going to use, I believe it is card number 7 to get in here. Now, this is where you're going to fight Coward Duck. okay? He is very tricky, and here is why. You have to shoot him, but you cannot shoot any hostages. If you do, we got big problems, okay? So let's take a look. We're getting a call here. Jennifer here, Coward Duck has card 8, and my brother is in prison. Be careful not to kill him. If anything happens to my brother, I cannot help you anymore. Yeah, you can't kill her brother, which is actually the front hostage that Coward Duck is holding. But let me show you the trick of how to get back towards him. I'm on the missile. I want to get back to my handgun here. I'm going to walk up the left side entirely. If you walk all the way up the left there, you're fine. And you can just unload with your handgun. However, I want to show you something as we free these hostages and grab card number 8. If I were to walk one step to the right, there's a giant pit trap there. So if you walk straight, you're going to die. You've got to go off to the left there. Otherwise, you're toast. If we free Jennifer's brother right here in the middle, he tells us key information. When you make your getaway, take the elevator to the left. You're going to need to file that away. Otherwise, there's a problem with you finishing this game. Okay, back out the door. We finished Coward Duck, and we have card number 8. I'm just going to walk through it. I don't even care. Let's grab one more ration. I have plenty to get back through the locks, and we'll do that here in a moment. Okay, avoid these guards. Now we have to go back through the water in order to get back to where we're headed. But this saved us a ton of time getting through building 3 and then back through the desert and all of that. Let's use another ration. We have plenty to get through here. So be liberal with them because we can fill them all up when we get into the ration room coming up soon. The ration room. I like that. I love the idea that this guy can just eat rations and it lets him hold his breath longer. Like, that's the power that these things have. Pretty neat. Through there, off to the shallow water, and we are fine. I'm going to take one more to be sure, but let's go fill these things up. Beautiful. Out we go. Over to the left, and let's replenish. So now that we have card number 8, remember card 5 to get into the ration room here. We have all of the cards that we're going to need for the rest of this game. Let's fill up all of our rations, and then I got to remember what we're doing next. But we are done with building 2 entirely. That's what we're doing next. Okay, I'm going to save us a lot more time here. Once I fill up my rations, we're going to finish getting a key thing here that's going to save us a ton more time of going through this game. How many is that? We got 10. 2 more. Okay. So remember that we were told that Dr. Petrovich is now being held in building number 5. Well, building number 5 and building number 4 are connected. And in building up, if you remember earlier, we were in building number 4 when we got taken hostage by the enemy, and they took us to that secret cell where Gray Fox was. Where am I going here? I'm losing myself thinking of where I'm trying to go here. I want to go back right now. I'm aiming to go back to... I know where I'm going. Okay. I'm aiming to go back to building number 1 here to try to get back to building 4. And that's what we're going to do. So, but we are going to take a shortcut that's going to save us another great bit of time getting through this game. So typically what you would do is you would go to building 3, and on the way you would encounter building 5, and you would find Dr. Petrovich, who tells you that he can't help you until you find his daughter, who is locked up somewhere in building 4. And what they want you to do is go through with a key item of a flashlight and go through this room that connects building 4 and 5 with tons of pit traps and tons of problems that can easily lead to your death. We're going to skip all that because it's way too difficult to do and really just not worth it if you don't have, you don't need to do it. Now, here is the desert that we need to walk through in order to clear this game, and we're going to use the compass to get through it. Now, if you kind of go to the right side, you're just going to keep walking north. If you walk north without a compass equipped, you'll walk forever, and you'll never get anywhere. Shoot that scorpion, because they do have some range to hit you if you're not careful. But if you walk north twice, you can pretty much get through this area unscathed by the scorpions. If they do bite you, you got to use that antidote. Now here's a key. This is building number 3 as we've walked north, and the truck network is available for us here. We're going to use that to get back to building number 4. Let's see what, getting the truck over on the right says Big Boss. First thing I'm going to do is head in here and see if there's any good stuff. Of course there is. A little bit of ammo. Let's go ahead and replenish. Make sure we're good. All right, good. Now, the truck on the right indeed does take you for a ride. Oh, that was a decoy. Don't need it. It takes you for a ride. And we are going to get in it because we need to access... Oh, this is just a big loop. We need to access the truck network to get back to building 4. Okay? The truck have started to move. What our job is... Do you remember when we went to the secret cell with Gray Fox? There was a door back there that we couldn't access before. We're going to go access that door now. And as you can see, we're now at building number 1. Part of where we wanted to go. I'm not going to take this one, though. There's a faster way to it. Let's do it this way. Also not where we wanted to go. Oh, wait a minute. I just made a loop. Whoops. Wrong one. But forget that part of the guide. I'm a little bit more fuzzy on these areas here, but we'll get there. It just takes you back and forth between those two. Hang on, I got to figure out where I'm going. Now I'm getting nervous because I'm doing this live and got to figure out what exactly I'm doing here. Is it down here? It's down here in the middle. That's it. This is the one. Not that truck. Truck on the right does nothing. Brings us back to building 1. We want to go on this truck, which will lead us where we want to go. Okay, now it lets us out, and you remember this one, right? This one had the rations in it, but it takes us right to, if you go to the left, oh yeah, mines, forgot about those. If you go to the left, you get back into this lost woods. Now, I told you before that all you have to do to get out of here is go right, but we know that the building that we got out of is on the left. But if you go left, it's just another loop. Okay? Well, there's a pattern to getting through there and accessing it. I've gone left once. What you have to do is go left twice, then up on the left side, and then left again. So left, left, up, left, and listen. And we have found the back entrance of building 4. This is a huge shortcut to getting to where we want to go. Card 3 will let you in. This looks familiar, right? This is where we got the bomb blast suit. This is where we got the enemy uniforms, where we got the body armor. This is where that doggo is just chilling, just wants to take a nap. My man is tired. It's good. And this is where we fought the shotgunner. We're backtracking all the way here because when we were here, there was a door that we couldn't access. We didn't have the right card for it. Now we do. Card number 6 will let you into the back entrance of where you're trying to go. And stay on card 6 to get in here. Now, there is a pit trap to the right. Be very careful advancing. But in here, if you punch to the right, there's a hidden door. And that hidden door contains Dr. Petrovich's daughter. Ellen. Great. But we needed to find her in order for Dr. Petrovich to help us. Otherwise, he doesn't. So this is a huge save of time because going all the way to find Petrovich and then having to backtrack entirely is a nightmare. This will save you a ton of time, and you don't have to go north at all. You just have to get out of here and head back towards building 3 now. Well, building 5, technically. We've got to go to building 5. But we're going to just take the path around all of those pit traps and all the things they want you to walk through that are just impossible to walk through safely. Really, really tough. Pit traps everywhere. But we are getting there, guys. All we have to do at this point is find Dr. Petrovich. He will tell you how to destroy the Metal Gear, and then we go and do it. That's all we have left. Only a couple of hostages left to take care of, and one more item, and then we're out of here. Back to the right, we're going to use the truck network now to get to building number 3 because it's the closest to building 5. Oh, I don't need those. Truck network, Nate, not those. Truck network is down here, behind building 1. And the middle truck here will take you for a ride. Now this will look familiar. You're right back at the beginning. Gonna hop in again. Go to building 1. Excuse me. And then one more off to the right to take us to building 3. Whoops. Just a loop there. There's our call. Now we are going to go back down towards the desert before going into building 3. And we're going to go to the left here. Now another Lost Woods. The pattern's exactly the same. Left, left, up, left. The only thing that you want to keep note of here, take the bottom path to the left on your final journey to the left. Otherwise, you'll reach a dead end. I'll show you what I mean. That's my second left. Now let's go up. And then let's go left on the bottom path. Because if you do this on the top path, it's a dead end. Okay, we are ready to enter building number 5. Now, I also, this left, left, up, left business, I have no idea how we would know that. Ever, frankly. But apparently that's the way that we got to get through. Now, Schneider's back suddenly. I'm not sure how, but indeed we have gas-filled chambers to worry about coming up. So let's be cautious of that as we go through. I think it is card 5 to enter this door. It is. Another hostage for us to clear, just in case you've lost a rank between now and then. But it is an all items, all hostage run. Card 5 is going to get you through here, and now you are in gas chambers, so you have to make sure to equip your gas mask. If you go north here and punch, there's a hidden door. This is a giant gas maze. And all you need to do, I would pay close attention here to where I'm going, because there is only one item that you really need to get here. And it is, it's card number 1 in this section. And this is going to give you the last hostage you need from this side of the maze. Now I'm going to quickly switch back to my gas mask so I don't take too much damage. And that's all we need on that side. If you were to have, if you were to need to go back through and go through the tunnel between building 4 and 5, that's where it is. You have to travel through all of that section, that whole maze, and get out on the bottom section where you can then travel through building 5 and building 4's basement to go find Ellen, Dr. Petrovich's daughter. We skipped all of that, which is beautiful. Card 3 to enter the door on the right, back to our gas mask. Now, key part here, I've died on this many times. Walking into this door, which is open, stay put. Roly-poly thing. You've got to be careful of it. And now is when you do want to load up on plastic explosives. They're doing this on purpose because they know you're going to need all these to finish everything. I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to come down here to the bottom, wait in this little cove, and then I'll follow this thing out. Don't touch it. You die immediately. I've got my 20 plastic explosives, though. I've got my gas mask on, which is perfect, and we're going to take the top path here to the left. Now, there's one open door. This is going to be the final item we get from this building, and it is the flashlight. So typically what you do is find the flashlight, which illuminates the basement that you have to walk through with all the pit traps. We skipped all that. We're just grabbing the flashlight because this is an all items run. And then little bit of a hidden door. Where are you? There it is. There's a hidden door over here to the left. I don't know how you'd find it other than just punching stuff. But here we are. And now we are fighting the fire trooper. He's honestly the easiest thing in the world. All you need is a handgun. This is all he does, is just shoot his fire back and forth. Just unload a couple of bullets from up on the right. Very easy. And card number 6? Yeah. Card 6. finally we have found Dr. Petrovich, the real one. I am Dr. Petrovich. The Metal Gear is located about 20 kilometers north of this building. It is in sub-basement 100 of building 3. We have to set plastic explosives on the supercomputer that controls all the Metal Gear functions. No matter what, you have to set 16 plastic explosives. Good luck. Well, that's good to know. And it's also interesting because you can't hold 16 plastic explosives unless you have rank number 4. So if you don't have rank 4, you're screwed, unfortunately. Oh, wait a minute. Let me in. There we go. Back to our gas mask. And now we are ready. We have the way that we're supposed to clear the Metal Gear. We have cleared all of the hostages from this game, and there is only one more item for us to get, and it is the oxygen tank that we skipped earlier. That is the last of it. So let's go and finish this thing up now by going to building number 3 and putting this thing to bed. Quite a journey to get here, folks. Card 6 to get out. Let's exit down through the bottom right path. We're very close to building 3 as it is, which is great. And if you go to the right, you'll immediately be out of these lost woods. Going north again will bring us back to building 3. And now we are ready to enter. Card number 7 to get in here. Immediately you're under fire. I didn't realize how little health I had left. Easy continue though. If you do die there, because there are ways to die in this section that are not, that are kind of easy to do. It's an easy way back. Because you're now rank 4, you'll be able to start right by the truck network and get delivered right to the front of building number 3, which is where we're headed. So not the biggest deterrence in the world. Just got to take a couple of trucks to get there. One more on the right. And this should deliver us right to the front of building 3. There we are. Now, let's try this a little bit better this time and not get shot a million times. Yeah, if you shoot to the right immediately, it clears those guys out. Let's see what Big Boss has to tell us. Go through the door on the left. All right. I don't remember what card this is. And the reason I don't is because I never do this, but I'm going to show you what it means. 3? No. No idea what card. There we go. Card number 1 gets you through that door. Now, there's nothing in here. But check this out. Wait a minute. Is there a pit trap here? Yep, there sure is. Pit trap over on the right. Sorry, I did a bad job modeling that. If you go right, a pit trap right there. Why is Big Boss sending us into a trap? Kill these guys. I'm not listening to what Big Boss has to say here. Now, this is where you're going to need to go north on the right-hand side of the screen. You do not want to be in the middle. And the reason is there is a pit trap that you have to worry about here. Now, you can choose to do this 2 ways. You can either go quickly up the right side, or you can use the transceiver trick. Here's what I mean. When the pit trap starts to appear, go to your menu and go to the transceiver. When you go back, it will disappear. However, the danger areas that had opened up are still there. If I were to walk to that pit where it started opening up to, it would cause me a problem. Now, I'm going to do the same thing here. There's another one right there. Let's use the transceiver trick, and it will stop the pit trap from opening. And that way I can walk safely up to the elevator. Just a little way, a little trick of getting through there. Now we are going to head to Sub-Basement 100. We are at the final stretch of finishing this game, and it has been a long trek. You guys have hung in there well with me through this whole guide. I hope it's been helpful for you. I haven't even mentioned, like, if you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe. We're going to do more of these with some of these games that caused us headaches as we were kids and going through them when we were younger. But we are in the final basement. and it is time to gather our last item and finally finish this thing. As soon as you get out in sub-basement 100, you're going to make your way over to the right. You're going to use card number 8 and rescue our final hostage of the game. And he is going to tell you some interesting information. That was a close call. The leader of the enemy fortress is the Supreme Commander of Foxhounder, the Big Boss. He's been double dipping, running both organizations the whole time. What a jackass. All right. Avoid the laser shooting camera there and go to card 7 to enter this door and grab the oxygen tank we opted not to get earlier, but that officially gives us every item in the game. You remember just above the rations, that was where the transmitter was. So we have collected everything and we've gotten every hostage. Now we just got to finish it. Just make your way to the left as quick as you can. Now check this out. Big Boss is sweating. Operation Intrude N313 canceled. Repeat, canceled. No. Don't do what you're doing. All right, now we got to make our way through some treacherous areas to get to Big Boss, okay? First thing we got to do is enter, I believe it's using, oh no, this is card number 8 that we got to do. Makes sense too, it's the final one that we need. Now you're in gas-filled chambers again. So you got to use your gas mask. Don't need to go in that door on the right. It is a complete decoy. It just has a pit trap in it. So up on the left here. No gas in here, but make your way hugging the wall to the right so you can avoid any pit trap that's in there as well. And I believe, oh, is this card 6? I forget the order of cards on these. 3? 7? I don't know. I'm just completely guessing. Nope. 1? And there's also no rhyme or reason to why I'm guessing these, which is kind of nice, isn't it? I already guessed 3. Is it 4? Is it 8? It's going to be the last one. Whatever it is, it's going to be the last one. Not the cigarettes. Not what I wanted. Oh, that's funny. Those are coming up in a minute. Not card 8. Which one didn't I check? I thought I checked all of these. Card 5? Card 5. I thought I checked card 5. Back to our gas mask. And, oops, not our binos. That's not at all what I wanted. Back to our gas mask. And here it's important to stay to the right and hug the wall to the right and then to the top so you avoid any mines or anything else that's in here. Now it is card 1 maybe? Yes, card 1. Thank goodness. And now what you find out with your transceiver, this is the last room before we get to the Metal Gear computer. There's only one chance for it. Run for it. We don't have the ability to turn off the electrified floor, so let's get our rations and let's get moving. Watch your life. Similar to how we did with the with running through the locks. Just got to be careful that you don't take too much damage. Use our rations. And now through the last door. 4 guys that you got to clear here. And now we are at the supercomputer. What did we find out? We had to kill it with 16 plastic explosives. You don't have to move. You just got to spam them. The supercomputer that runs Metal Gear is a goner. Let's get this thing out of here. Now, I know some people have said that there is a glitch that immediately when you run into this room, if you hold right on the D-pad, you can actually skip this section of the game. That's weak sauce. We're going to do this because we worked our butts off to get rid of this supercomputer. And that triggers the self-destruct sequence. So we got problems. You can see the counter at the bottom has started at $14.99 and it's counting down. We go to the right and here he is, Big Boss. Amazing that you've lasted this long. Yes, it's true. Not only am I Foxhounder's Supreme Commander, Big Boss, but I've been the leader of Enemy Fortress too. And as a new and experienced member of our team, blah, blah, blah. He gives us the whole thing. He's talking too much. You know he's going to die. Apparently I was supposed to be carrying false information, but I was too good. I don't know. This is ridiculous. I don't quite get the plot point here, but nonetheless, we got to kill Big Boss to make this thing happen. In order to do so, a couple of things. Number 1, we got to use rocket launchers for this. But number 2, before we do this, I'm going to go and use the initial item that I was given in the beginning of the game, the cigarettes. And if you use them, it extends the countdown by about 1,000 on the counter. So they give you that item in the very beginning to be used at this section. Pretty cool spot. Last thing we have to do, let's grab our rocket launchers and let's go hide. See if we can stay alive here. And if you get right behind this box, whoops. Every time he shoots up here, he just dances back and forth. Honestly, not difficult at all. Just requires a little timing. Rocket launchers do him in. Now, which door do I take? Jennifer's brother. Take the door to the left when making your escape. Up we go. From the basement. Counter with plenty of time on it. Finally, the saddle that we have worn of this game owning us is over. Metal Gear for the NES is complete. All items, all hostages, and the final conclusion of this game for you to enjoy as you have accomplished so much. I want you guys to enjoy the ending of this. Thank you for watching and joining us as we did it. We're going to go ahead and take in a little bit of the script that comes through on this one, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do like, please do subscribe, and keep an eye out. We're going to be doing more of these walkthroughs and these guided games made easy tutorials for you in the weeks to come. In the meantime, enjoy the ending. I'm going to go.